Welcome back. Do remember, all our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to see us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. Now, besides the news and updates, the Channels TV app has an eyewitness feature. We encourage you to use it to share those pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the eyewitness menu and follow the instructions. Now let's take a look at some of the pictures you sent into our eyewitness portal from across the country, beginning with the one from Agwara area of Ogun State, which shows the state of the road. Our eyewitness reporter says the adjacent roads have become a stage, so to speak, for accidents. He wants the state and the federal governments to fix those roads. In this next picture, we see some men on a lorry lifting electricity wires to make way for the vehicle. Our eyewitness reporter is worried about the risk of electrocution and asks transporters to be more safety conscious. The wires were lying across the road. And we have another picture, the case of another road. This time is from the north central region, Benue State. It's a road that's gradually eroding. According to the eyewitness who sent it, it's the only access road to Seadi in Makurdi, and asked the authorities to act quickly to save it. And this one is from the southwest, from Lagos, Teju Osho. Here we see a canal blocked with waste. Yes, what you're seeing is actually a canal and not a dump site. Our eyewitness reporter condemns the act of indiscriminate dumping of refuse by residents. And our last picture for the day is this one, showing a crowded terminal in Oju local government area of the state. Our eyewitness reporter says it's an indication that more ATMs are required in that community. So the more the merrier does not apply in this case. Thank you for sending these pictures in. Please keep them coming. Now, to the northwestern region of the country, attempts to curtail community clashes between herdsmen and various communities in Kaduna State appear to be making some progress after following the signing of a peace pact between Fulani leaders and traditional rulers. The general officer commanding one division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Adeni Oyebade, and heads of other security agencies brokered the peace deal between the traditional rulers as well as the leaders of the Fulani community there. The intervention follows the recently escalated attacks by suspected herdsmen in about 10 communities in Jama and Sanga local government areas of the state, that is in Kaduna, which has led to the deaths of several people and the destruction of property as well. Now, during the meeting held in Kachia local government area of the state, the GOC appealed to the warring parties to sheath their swords for the interest of peace, warning that any party or individual found involved in any further attack will be prosecuted according to the law. And now to the Human Rights Watch investigation that has allegations of abuse against women in internally displaced camps. Reactions have continued to greet that report by the HRW accusing security officials of abusing women in IDP camps in Maiduguri, Borno State. The camps punish the security officials involved. Governments are not doing enough to protect the affected women. The rights group, quoting a situational assessment of IDPs in the Northeast in July 2016 by the NOI poll, states that 66% of 400 displaced people in Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe states confirmed that camp officials sexually abused the women and girls. It also quotes sexual exploitation and the number of abused females who live in 7 internally displaced camps. Now, with me in the studio to discuss these findings is woman rights activist and executive director at the Women's Rights and Health Project, Mrs. Bose Iransi. You're so welcome to News Across Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Let's take it from where the president is saying that he'll wait for the state government involved and the Inspector General of Police to conclude the investigations so they can have proper information as to what happened? Is a sense of urgency lost in this decision?
Well, I think it's lost because though we have to be happy that we have a little bit of information that should turn the country eyes to what is happening in the IDP. For me, it's rather late than never. But however, I think that the government should try as much as possible to go beyond just waiting for the report from the state government and all that. That's like a protocol that will kill a lot of things. I am just afraid that let this not be swept under the carpet as some other atrocities that happens in the country, and then you send people to investigate it and you never get a report about it. I'm saying that this is not going to be acceptable, because this is something, for me, it's something that is, I don't know how best to describe it. It's very pitiable.
You used the correct word when you said atrocity. These are essentially refugees in their own to the internally displaced people, and then the women and the girls who are being preyed on by, to all intents and purposes, sexual predators who are supposed to be guarding them, if that is proven to be true. Now, can you tell us the trauma that these women experience as a result of these sorts of actions?
Really, I don't want to imagine what these girls and women will be going through. We do know that even without war, women are being abused, girls are being abused. Not to talk of when there is conflict. Globally or everywhere in the world, when there is conflict, women are usually, the more vulnerable that should be protected. But they are usually the prisoners of war. People who are, further dehumanized. Okay, these are people who are already being displaced from their homes. They don't have anything. And usually the concern is let them give them bags of rice, blankets, and all that. Nobody ever thought about their psychological being. Nobody ever bothered about their sexuality, even when they are displaced in such environment. I will tell you, probably people will not bother about, especially maybe their menstrual cycle, who will give them sanitary towels and all that. I think that if this what it will take to bring the eye of government to understand what are the needs of internally displaced persons, especially the women and the girls in IDP camps, so be it. But I just hope that we are not going to take it as one usual thing that we are going to investigate. Now, more than just giving them their sanitary towels, giving them clothes, blankets, and all that, and food, they are also in desperate need of psychological, psychosocial support.
So you're talking of mental health treatment,
treatment and all that.
Experience. There's a level of it that has to do with being displaced in the first place.
Yes, and you know that because people in IDP camps are always in need, they are coerced into a lot of things. And usually, because they are young, they are women and girls, they are the ones that are vulnerable.
Now, this is an evil within an evil.
Yes.
A greater evil within a worse
pathetic.
Evil. But a figure was quoted by some of the investigators. Human Rights Watch.
Yes.
I think, were they the ones that said 200 who had sexual transmitted diseases. That number has increased to 500. And some diseases as deadly as the HIV virus in those same camps. So how would you want the government to respond to this problem, given
should respond,
the severity of
Yes, they should respond as we responded to Ebola. They should go to those camps with trained psychologists, with medical workers to help those women and girls.
Even before the outcome of the so-called investigation.
They should go. And I also want to say, I'm wondering, what is NEMA doing? I was really surprised, because it's not just enough to say that you are taking care of camps, you are taking care of people within the camps, providing water and all that. What of other? They cannot tell us. We don't need to wait for the Human Rights Watch to tell us what is going on in the camp. We should be getting this information from NEMA and other groups that are within the camps.
Thank you so much for your time, for coming to News Across Nigeria to share with us your thoughts on this issue. We hope that it's dealt with according to the importance that it deserves.
I hope so. We pray so.
Same here. Mrs. Bosse Ironsi is the Executive Director, Women's Rights and Health Projects. You're watching News Across Nigeria. Coming up, the National Assembly is making efforts to improve transportation in Nigeria. Stay with us.